Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Sheen. Thank you for joining me on my live chat. I'm sure a lot of you saw my title. I wanted to make this a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun. I want to see uh, who can guess what I sold today. So if the first person that in the chat gets it right, I'll send them a $25 Amazon gift card. And that's just kind of my fun way of just spreading the love. Like I said, I'm getting money from doing these YouTube videos, so why not just share some of this money with you guys? And I really appreciate you guys watching my content, watching my video. So there it is. If whoever gets it first in the chat, I would find a way to get you an Amazon gift card. All right, somebody got it right. There you go. Uber, JT Hawaii. Thank you very much. You got it right. And I believe you are the winner. Let me just scroll up the chat, make sure nobody else got it before you. So let's talk about this Uber situation. So the whole thing about Uber was this was the year that they were going to be profitable if this whole illness situation did not happen. They made a lot of big moves. Their new CEO, Dara, how to say his last name, Karszewski, something like that. Anyways, Dara is his name. He made a lot of moves. And I talked about it in like one of my OG videos, like probably the 10th video I ever put out. It's an embarrassing video. Don't watch it. Stuff that I used to say before. It's just funny when you look at old videos. But anyways, this was the year that they were going to be profitable. They made moves, and they were all good moves to become profitable in 2020. And that was gonna be the transition where this company traditionally was never profitable. They went IPO in 2019. In 2020, they were going to be profitable. They cut a lot of their overhead. They cut a lot of their markets where they're not the number one or number two player, and they got out of the market, and they let the number two or number three player rise to number one. But what they did was they made a deal with those other players to take profits, to take a percentage of their business. So they would leave the market, and in return, they will have a portion of that company, whatever it is, a 10% stake or 15% stake. So they exit a lot of markets that cut their overhead, cut their expense, so they weren't in those markets. But all the markets they were the number one player in, that's where they focused all their energy. And so that was the key to becoming profitable. And that is when I saw that it was a company to invest in, on the brink of profitability. And so that's why I invested in them. I think was probably at the end of December, early January. And then the whole illness 19 situation happened, and nobody's getting in strangers' cars anymore. So the whole business model went kaputs. So they had a little bit of benefit from the food delivery, but now the news is that they are having an issue in California, which is their biggest market. So their biggest market is in California, and they are trying to pass a proposition where all Uber and Lyft drivers are going to be required to become Uber and Lyft employees, meaning that Uber would have to provide benefits, retirement, insurance. So Uber is fighting against that because number one, they're not set up for that. They would have to expand all their benefits to how many thousands of people, and honestly, the whole driver of Uber, in my opinion, they don't want to be, or a lot of them don't want to be employees, because if you're not an employee, you have the freedom to work whenever you want to work. You could turn on your Uber for 2 hours a day, 5 hours a day. You could work at midnight. You could work anytime during the day. You just turn it on, and you just work whenever you want to work. And a lot of people that have side gigs, side jobs, that's what they use Uber for. So that would really hurt those people, because then if Uber is hiring all these people, then they're going to have to make schedules. I mean, Uber's going to tell you, hey, you have to drive between 12 and 8, and then that's your schedule. If you don't want that schedule, then we're going to find somebody else. That would happen, and that's not what Uber's business model was. Uber's business model was anybody can become an Uber driver, make some side money, work whenever you want to work, whatever your schedule is, whatever you have some free time. So that was the whole model from the get-go. And in California, they're pretty much trying to force Uber's hand, Uber and Lyft, that they're not going to be able to do that. So the CEO has said that they have no choice but to exit out of the market and just leave the market. And so that is probably what's going to happen. The judge did overturn. The judge upheld the decision, and did not extend this time frame where Uber could still operate. So I think I think it's sometime in August, is when this decision has to be made. If Uber is going to be either number one, having all their drivers become official employees, or just pull out of the market. So that is their biggest market. Uber cannot become profitable with, number one, the illness situation. Number two, not being able to provide services in their largest market. So that is bad news for Uber, and even worse news for Lyft. So that is why I exited. I should have probably exited a long time ago. So just to share with you my position in Uber. Let me see. So I bring this on the screen here. So this is one of my accounts. I was up 53%, roughly 53.5% on this, and I did not sell out of the full position. I left 6 shares in that position, and basically what I did was I just took my original investment out and then left the rest in here. So this is essentially house money. And I'll just leave it there, and whatever happens with that money. But it was a pretty decent return, 53.5% on that portfolio. And let me see, that netted me. What did I sell it for? It doesn't show it here. So I sold it for it was $30.99. I think it came up to, whatever, do the math, I think it was like $2,000 something. And then in my other account, in my Fidelity account, here it is, sold for this one. Yeah, sorry, this one, it was $2,600. Sold Uber today, filled at $30.57. And then in the other account, I think it was like $900. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. Catch you in the next one. Have an awesome night. Have an awesome weekend. Peace.